There will be time for questions and answers in a moment, but for now, let's gather together and just sit in the shared energy that's being offered. Sometimes you hold your questions so loudly that you miss the moment you're in. Recline into the moment for a moment and just be. We have a long time to spend together. We don't need to pay attention to the clock as much as pay attention to the energetic opportunity that's presented to us. So hold into that. We're going to just be present together. One big deep breath together. Feel your hips. Feel your hip bones under the rest of you, supporting you, being centered in yourself and ready. Centered in yourself and prepared, and centered in yourself and open. There is a beautiful place of not knowing, a beautiful place of comfort with uncertainty, and a beautiful place of an opportunity to know something you don't already know. That helped. All right. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome, Sebastopol or Grayton. But is it okay to call it Sebastopol, or does that make people's feelings get hurt? Can we say Sebastopol? We have to say West County. Yeah. Yeah, wow, it's very pretty here, isn't it? We very much like these colors, and you're all very shiny and happy. We're going to make you shinier, though, because you guys are just a little bit like, about that. But we're going to work on that. No problem. No problem at all. We come together for opportunities to know something new. And that's what you want. You're sick of what's running around in your heads that you have not had anything, breath of fresh air. You want a breath of fresh air or you wouldn't come here. You want something that you haven't thought 375,482 times today. You want something new. We have lots of new things for you, and we're very happy to share them with you. So, who's going to come and sit with us? Yeah, she knows. You must pull it. Look at
Ta-da.
that. Wasn't that awesome? Hi.
Yes,
How are
hi.
you?
Well,
Yes.
I'm in pain again.
Of course you are.
And is
What
it
the
because
hell?
I suck?
You know, you
I
don't.
popped my neck in the shower.
Yeah.
And since then,
Yeah.
it's been pretty hard to handle being in the body.
Yeah.
And I chose this exact thing.
Yeah.
It's very difficult with physical pain
Yeah.
for me. I
Yeah.
can do it with everything else.
Yeah. Agreeing to have the idea that you would somehow, as a creator, choose pain is very difficult to sell the human.
And how do I know if I'm supposed to abide in this or I'm in...
No, you're never supposed to abide in pain, but you're certainly supposed to learn something from it. Right? We're not asking you to abide in pain. You see how we're working on your left knee? Mm-hmm. That's where it's stemming from. Is you're out of whack. Your leg length or something is not quite right. So we're just going to see if we can stretch that out for you. There's just a little bit of an energetic imbalance going on between your... See, what happened is you got out of pain and your life changed. Like, holy crap, I'm out of pain. I'm off narcotics. I don't have to worry about... I'm a totally different person. I'm not sure I'm ready to be a totally different person.
I did get a little bit into fear. I had to really be vigilant and watch that.
Yeah.
And I think I did fairly well, but the body still went through it.
Yeah. That's part of what happens is you make change, you make spiritual change, you make energetic change, and it ripples into your life. And then all of a sudden, people are acting different toward you. You're feeling different toward other people. You're not sure you like your job. You want to get rid of your lover. You're like, oh, wait, I can't change all these things at once. And then the body does you the kind favor, which of course you don't agree with, but it's still a kind favor of saying, fine, we can put on the brakes. You want brakes? We've got all kinds of brakes. So you just had some brakes. That's all. You're just having some breaks. So when you look at it as I'm just having some breaks and not it's a permanent relapse, oh my God, I'm never going to get better again. Oh, that was
Is it possible in the human condition to be pain-free, or is that a ridiculous goal? I mean, I questioned the whole experience, which is kind of nuts.
Can you, as we put our finger here, is it comfortable enough for you to push your shoulders? Yeah, it's like arch. Yes. Now is that hurting?
No.
Okay. So if you can, we're just going to touch your chin. If you can just relax a little bit more. There. Breathe deeper. Breathe. it's an attitude adjustment more than a pain adjustment. You're out of balance. The left knee, let's just stretch this leg out first if you can. Yeah, they're fine. That's good. Okay. Stemming from your left knee. Now, the left side of your body, when you have difficulty on the left side of your body, this is the receiving side of your body, right? So it's about energy, information, love coming into your body. And if your left side of your body is congested, painful, doesn't want to work right, typically it's because what you're receiving into your life, you're resisting in some way. So you were resisting the life that would possibly be presented, required, demanded of you if you were pain-free.
Exactly. Social Security would go away, and how would I support myself? That was the fear.
Yeah. And it starts here with this knee. We haven't stopped touching this knee since you sat down because this knee is this is the culprit.
Okay.
This is the culprit. So what we really want to see you doing, because your knee is where the energy's jammed up, is you can put your hand on it. You can, when you're walking, when you're sitting, we just want you to have a lot of awareness about your left knee. And why we're asking you to have awareness about the left knee isn't just because it's where the energy's jammed up, but it's to give you something to do with this that's outside of between the ears. So what is my left knee doing, right? We've had that tool. You know that one. But it's what is my left knee doing? And then what am I afraid of? The kind of what is true now thing. Because what's happening is the answer to what is true now is, oh my God, I got all I ever wished for. Now what? Now what am I going to have to do? Like you said, the perfect example. If Social Security stops, I have to get a job. Where am I going to work? What if pain comes back? Oh my God,
At least I haven't been tempted to narcotics
yes,
again.
That's good.
Yes.
Right? So that's really, see, the congratulations of that is huge, but the pain tells you it's the loudest instrument in your band. Instead of, I didn't go back on narcotics. I caught myself being afraid even if I didn't stop myself from being afraid. I'm having energetic issues and I know it, right? So there's all this awareness. You're aware. And the survival instinct trips along and says, oh, but if you were spiritual and you really knew what you were doing, you wouldn't have the pain. You wouldn't have the temptation to fear. Well, that's just crap. How many years were you in pain and on narcotics?
24.
Okay, 24. I'm going to say it nice and loud so everyone can hear it. You don't change 24 years worth of patterns and habits overnight. It just doesn't happen, period. But you can consistently chip away at the neural pathways, the literal pathways in your brain that want to be used by using different ones. That's how you do it. Because these are nice, straight freeways. And these over here are little country back roads. And the little country back roads, what is, just using that example, instead of down the freeway, it's, you have to pay attention and you get to see new sights. And it's seeing the new sights that scared the crap out of you. And you said, I'll go back to pain. Pain is familiar suffering, literally. So as you go about your day, being aware of your left knee, and when you say, what is my left knee doing? Oh, sitting here next to Eloheim. That's what my left knee is doing. It's sitting there next to Eloheim. And put your hand on it. Not that one. Just focus on that one. We don't want it distracted, right?
Okay.
Left hand on knee. Yes, hey, we got that right. Left hand on left knee. What is my left knee doing? What is your left knee doing?
Feeling the warmth of my hand.
Good answer. Okay, so it's the what is true now tool specific about your left knee. And then the question is, what is my left knee doing? Feeling the warmth of my hand. And what is it I'm afraid of right now? The pain means
will never go away.
The pain will never go away, and if it goes away, I'll have to deal with all the change that a pain-free life asks of me. Now, this is the thing, is where you guys get...
Is that not duality or what?
That's a pretty good example of duality. The thing that happens is you guys get caught up in the idea that you have to hit home runs. We don't know how many people like baseball, but at least you know what a hit home run is, right? Yeah, everybody stands up and claps and you look like a hero, but the guy who gets on base every time he comes up to bat is going to be the one who gets a big salary because that makes more scores in the long run. You need to change your mind away from any change worth having has to be home run change into step by step means more. Perfect for you. Step by step means more. You didn't go back on narcotics. You caught yourself being afraid of what was going to come up. You're sitting here now. You didn't stay at home and hide from it. You admit, wow, I'm back in pain, and I'm feeling like a failure, and I might suck, but I'm still here. Mm-hmm. And you're calm. And what's interesting to us is when you were out of pain, you were so hyperly excited, which it was exciting to see you so excited. But this is an easier person to be friends with because you're actually more in your truth. That was like, it might go away, so I'm going to love it while it's here, like a weekend fling, right? You had a weekend fling kind of energy about it, and it was fun to see, and it was fun to do. But we want you to build on the centeredness that you're showing us now, even though you're uncomfortable, and go out of this, because you need that step-by-step energy. It came on, the no pain came on after so many years in such a powerful way. It gave you an opportunity to know that's possible. Now you can build a foundation and reacquire that without so much fear about what is it going to do to me to have a pain-free life. Because you immediately jump into Social Security turns off, and right? And so, I'm out of pain. Oh, shit.
Hey, the shrink I saw for 20 years because I was no longer on medication wanted to shine me on too. Please.
So your therapist told you they wanted to stop seeing you because you had stopped taking the narcotics.
Well, and everything else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll sit here next to
that
you.
That brought up fear too.
Well, sure as shit brought up fear.
Okay, thank you. Left knee, attention.
Work on your left knee. We'll do more next month or next week whenever we see you again. Ta-da. She walks good for being in pain.
It's my neck.
Oh, it's your neck. Yeah, but it's coming from your left knee.
Okay.
So keep that, keep it. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen. How are you today?
I'm good. A little nervous.
Yeah, we can tell. Just pretend they're not there.
Okay.
Just turn your head. Right,
okay.
Perfect. See how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah. Wow, look at you here. What's up with you?
So I've been having some health issues.
Yeah. Which ones?
The heart and lower back and left foot. Or my heart, I'll say. My heart.
Yeah, that's interesting that you would use the, We're always after you guys to use I, or my is a good example. I have the heart issues.
I said my.
You got back to it. Yeah. Yeah.
My heart.
Yeah. But it's
my
interesting.
Foot, my back.
That's right. We like that. Own that. We're just looking at your energy field, seeing what we see. Left foot, huh?
Yeah, I dropped a very heavy object on it, and I don't know what happened to it, but I'm in pain now when I sleep.
And low back.
Yeah. And neck. Yes, neck too.
How many responsibilities do you suppose you have? If you had to put a number on them.
Right now, 5.
100. Yeah. We just love how she picked 5. We're not sure we've ever asked anybody that question before. How many responsibilities? 5. That's great. 5. Wow. Yeah. We could name 5 right now. You have responsibility for breathing. You have a responsibility for your heart beating. You have a responsibility for licking your lips just then. You have a responsibility for maintaining how nervous you are, how nervous you're not, because you have people here. Just relax. Yeah, good. Wow, look at that. This is one of our things. A lot of people can't do that. Look at how accomplished she is. Yeah. You should see it. Especially men. We say relax, and we let go, and their arm stays. Oh, see, she does. Look how good she is. You might actually have the award. We had a man at the retreat. We said, okay, you have to hold your arm up straight. Right? Can you hold that up? Yeah. We said, okay, relax. No, not you. We're showing you hold it up.
Okay.
She's got the opposite. We've never had that problem. Okay, don't let your arm fall.
Okay.
We said, okay, relax. No, seriously, relax. No, seriously, let go, relax. Push down on our arm, relax. Took a while. But when he relaxed, his whole demeanor changed when he finally gave in to that moment. So that's what we did. We just checked. That's a little check-in. So for a stressed out person, you're pretty freaking relaxed, which is a very interesting thing. You've got a lot of stress in your body, yet you can do this. That is a very interesting thing. So that's weird. We're going to have to see what's going on with that. Why do you think your back hurts?
I had a water skiing accident when I was 28.
So a while ago.
Yeah.
And what did they do to you after your water skiing accident? Did you put you in the hospital or?
No, I was traveling, so I didn't see anybody for a while, and then I got acupuncture, and then Rolfing, and then yoga, and
what helped?
Yoga, Rolfing.
You have the best posture on the planet for someone who has a back problem. Look how nice and straight you sit up.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. You have just such pretty posture. You're sitting perfectly straight up. Your spine feels nice and solid under our hand. You're very sturdy in your spine. Yet your back hurts. Your low back.
Yeah.
Here.
Right down here, usually when I'm biking, swimming. But that aggravates it, you know.
Yeah. So you're active.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're active and you have a back injury. That's interesting to us. Because you're not letting it hold you back. And it's exacerbated by activity. How bad does it get when you bike or swim?
Well, recently, like when I'm sitting down or kneeling down, sometimes it's hard to stand up. Like I'm like an old person, you know, I have to kind of, like, I'm just kind of, you know, 45-degree angle for a little bit, and then I have to kind of inch my way up.
Yeah.
So, and yeah.
Do you have a job? Occupation?
Soon I'll be signing a contract for a job.
Your thing is really more of a third chakra thing than a back thing. You get sore when you exercise. It's not like you can't walk, right? It's not like you're on narcotics for 24 years.
Right.
You have perfectly beautiful posture. You get sore when you exercise. You have probably a weakness there because you injured it and you're not 10 anymore. Okay, so these are all normally kind of things. So when you exercise, maybe don't exercise quite so much. You might be overdoing just slightly. You seem like you have maybe a little bit of overdue in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about my heart?
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So what's really going on that we see in your system? Well, you drop something on your foot and you water skied your back and you exercise a lot. So these things are healed. Your foot's healing, your back is an ongoing concern that maybe you have to just modulate a little bit more how much exercise you do. Or if you're doing some exercising like biking that's putting some stress on your back, be aware that perhaps you need to stop and stretch every 20 miles or something, right? Give yourself a chance to be healthy. It feels a little bit like you said, I'm hurt, therefore when I hurt, it's part of being hurt, rather than saying, I have an injury that I have to work around or work with. It's almost like you've accepted it's going to hurt if I exercise, and then I'm going to go exercise because I want to exercise, and then I'm going to hurt, rather than saying, what can I do to work with the fact that this part of my body is a bit weaker than the rest of my body, right? Just kind of make... A lot of times what happens is folks forget to accept what's true. And accepting what's true doesn't mean saying, I don't want it to change. Accept what's true means I have to start with the truth in order to build into something else. And in her case, she has to accept the truth that her back gets sore if she exercises a lot. So she have to work with the way you exercise to support that, rather than to be like, I hope it doesn't get sore, or it's going to get sore, so I just have to put up with it. There's a little bit of I just have to put up with it that you've got going on.
Got it.
You feel that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So as you're exercising, you know, you're swimming or whatever, you stop and say, okay, chances are this is putting extra stress on my back. Can I do some gentle yoga things? Can I do some side bends? Can I do some soft stretching to let my back work itself in a different way for a few minutes? Maybe just stop and rest so that you're not just pushing through that unacceptance of the fact that you have this condition. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That will help your neck, because your neck is usually almost always every time about control. So when she's trying to control, you can see there's some control going on in there, right? There's like a control thing. I'm going to control the fact that I have a back issue and other things. This is all a control. Trying to control. Now it's interesting because what is the doctor, what is your concern about your heart?
I've had an stress test that came back abnormal.
Yeah. What did they say?
Well, and I was having squeezing and fluttering experiences.
Yeah. When was this?
this summer, and then, yeah.
Sadness. There's sadness there. Yeah, you're sad. You feel it?
Yeah, a little.
Right there. That's sadness. When you can't control it, and you can't make it be the way you wish it was, and it can't be the answer you wanted, and you push through anyway, like you do with your back, but it's a heart issue. There's a congestion of that. I wish it was some other way that it's not. I wish it was some other way and it's not. I wish it was some other way and it's not. And that sort of pumping action of, I wish it was some other way and it's not. I wish it was some other way and it's not. That's what we feel is congesting you energetically. We're not doctors. We don't diagnose. We don't know anything about anything that has to do with being doctors. Don't get confused about it. But we can see energy. There's sadness right here in your body. Right there. You feel how there's like a little, feel that with us. Just right there. Here, use this hand so you're not using the muscle. Soft, 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 soft. Soft, 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 soft hand. Soft hand. Soft hand. Right there. That's sadness. So breathe right there. What came up your arm and into your heart, it wasn't what you wanted. We don't know when. We don't know where. We don't know who. We just know that when it came in through here, it stopped right there. And you're sad about it. And it's okay to be sad. There's nothing wrong with being sad. It's a real emotion. It's what you do with your sad. If you hide it, you pretend it's not there. You push on without acknowledging it like you do with your back. Right? You can't do that with sadness because it stores up in a different way. There's sadness right there. You feel it? You're in touch with it? Do you have a story that goes with it, or is it just us? You don't have to tell your story in front of everybody if you don't want to.
I think I have a story.
Yeah, we think you do too, but you don't have to tell it. You don't want to, do you?
No.
No, we know. It came in, and it wasn't what you wanted. But it's almost like it wasn't what you wanted, but it's what you hoped for, because everybody wants to be loved. You want love, but it wasn't the love you wanted, or it was love that you wanted, but you didn't get it in the way you wanted, or something like that. And it just stopped right there. Now what happens is you get enough of that, and then the love you do want can't get through, can't get in, can't get all the way in. You can't receive it all the way in. So the exercise, right? The exercise to do is just like you did. Now first, soft hand, right? First soft hand, soft hand, soft hand. Wiggle the fingers. Soft hand. Self-love, soft hand. We don't love Pledge of Allegiance hand, right? Soft hand, soft hand. Right there. Okay, now this one, soft hand, soft hand, soft hand. Right there. Ah. And then it's, look at that. That's your version of the hand thing. And then it's, you don't have to drop things on your left foot and be the pain coming in. You have pain coming in and pain at night when maybe you wish you had a lover holding you. We don't know, maybe, who knows? Could be that, could be something else. Letting it in. Self-love. I am going to appreciate me. I'm going to love me. Now, that I appreciate me, I love me thing can sound so woo-woo, and we don't like to sound woo-woo. But what we mean by that is, it is true that I'm here. It is true I have this body. It is true that this is 2012. It is true that I'm in West County. It is true I'm with Eloheim. And all those truths become a dissolving agent to that sadness. Because the temptation when you have sadness is to think you have to live where the sadness started. And that's the past. And you repeat it. And it doesn't go away. Right? So whenever, especially that sadness, you become aware of the story, or you become aware, like you said, when your foot hurts at night, just do this. And be aware of what's true for you right now. and allow yourself to be as present in the moment as possible. And the temptation when you're present in the moment is to then decide that the moment sucks, or that you suck, or you're bad, or you're wrong, or any of those things. So the alleviation of that temptation is to just come back to the moment and speak to yourself about what you're experiencing. I'm in my bed. I'm under my sheets. The moon is full. The cat is here, right? You speak to yourself about what's true, because that keeps bringing you back to the moment, back to the moment, back to the moment, and allows you to keep experiencing today instead of whenever that happened, or the accumulation of those happenings, right? And then that can dissolve that, because you're not having to maintain this dam against the truth. That's what that is. Gate latch. You guys don't all know about gate latch. When we feel you get it, we hear a sound, and it's the sound of the gate. You just got it. That means you're done. See how that works? Thank you. You're welcome. Here she comes. Hello. Have yourself a seat.
What did you just say?
Have yourself a seat. Yeah, we're going to have a little chocolate here. Make sure Veronica's body keeps going. Hi.
Hi.
And what's your name?
Angela.
Angela. Angela's all kicked back. She's all way back there. She's in the way back. Just a moment. Yeah, so what's your story? What's on your mind tonight?
I'm a little nervous.
Yes, of course you are. That's why we have to hold your hand.
And,
yeah, it's okay.
yeah, I'm feeling kind of tearful.
Yeah, most people in Sebastopol cry. So go right ahead. That's the other thing that happens in Sebastopol. We touch on you, and you tend to cry a lot. Yeah, you guys are really in touch with yourselves. There's a whole, like, a colony of people in touch with themselves. It's really fun for us, because, like, you guys go right to it. Yeah, so just cry your little heart out if you need to, which feels like you might. Yeah.
I've just had a really hard week.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I just finished my second exam for my marriage and family therapy license.
Yeah.
It was very, very stressful, and just a lot of crazy, intense, the whole week. I just won't go into it, but just a lot of big steps that I'm taking.
Yeah, we can feel that. Feeling like a grown-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wow, I'm a grown-up. Fuck. Who said this was what we were supposed to do? I didn't. I thought this was going to be different. Yeah. Relax that hand. Relax. Relax. You can do it. I promise. Just relax. Yes. Yeah. We're going to get all snuggly close to you. Yeah.
So, I've just had a lot of generational trauma. And there's been a constriction in my body that I've been working on from my core just pretty much my whole life. And I have like some pretty intense health issues going on. And I'm not that concerned about them, but it's, I don't know. I just was hoping for some healing there. And
where are they focused?
Thyroid.
Strange, isn't the thyroid somewhere close to where the skin? We're not sure exactly where it is, but we're pretty sure it's in this general vicinity. Yeah. See how this works?
Yeah.
Just in case anyone was wondering.
And heart. Yeah. It's pretty intense stuff with my heart.
You've got this, yeah. It's an interesting choice, what you have here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually really in love with my husband. It's one of the greatest accomplishments of my life. Pretty much is the greatest accomplishment.
How's the I'm in love with myself part of the whole thing?
Probably a lot more. It is a lot more challenging. I feel I'm working on that, but I think I'm asking for help. With those.
For sure. So when we look at self-love with you.
Yeah, and I have an injury here.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't let us hurt you. But we just, your arm is so tight.
Yeah.
That's why it's tight. It's because you have an injury. And we'll hold you like
part
that.
of it.
How's that? Is that hurting?
That's good.
Okay. And this hand, let's make just sure it's real floppy. Good.
Okay. And also, I don't want to forget I have like these major sleep issues for like 11 or 12 years, and I'm just done with it. I want to be done with it.
Yeah. Okay. So when you reach out into the world with your right hand, it's hard because like you're moving into a big new part of your life. You're reaching out, and we're gonna just let that so we can show everybody. Right arm. What we always see with right arm is you imagine the hot stove, and you're reaching toward the hot stove, and you pull back. Life is the hot stove. Just in case you missed that in this story, life is the hot stove. Getting my degree. Right? Yeah. What was I thinking? Right? And so what tends to happen with you guys when you have right arm issues is you either get you cut your fingers, hurt your fingers, bonk your fingers. That's usually about details. But what we see happen a lot is that pullback energetically is so strong that oftentimes it affects the shoulder. Excuse us, because it's like pulls it back into the socket in this weird way. So a lot of times we'll see right shoulder stuff when people are having what you're doing. So you've got it down lower in your arm, which is probably indicative of the fact that you feel good about your path. It's getting mostly out, but then it's like, I'm afraid of the last part, right? So when you feel pain in this arm right here, especially, I mean, we're working on the energy of it because it's a lot in the back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot in the back there for sure. That's muscular mostly. You just gave yourself a good twerk. So when you reach out and you feel that pain, you can say, yes, that's right. I am insecure about my path. Yeah. I am nervous because uncertainty makes you uncomfortable. No surprise there. But you cannot escape uncertainty. So having a different relationship to uncertainty is one of our greatest wishes for you. Because you cannot change the fact that every moment of your life is uncertain. You can only change the way you interact with that fact. Right? So when you reach into the world, all of you, when you reach into the world, you are reaching into uncertainty. From an uncertain place, you're reaching into an uncertain place. And when you do and you feel pain like that, or any of you that are having right arm issues, when you reach into the world like that with that uncertain experience, acknowledge it. Yes, I'm uncertain and I'm doing it anyway. Yes, I'm uncertain, but I have clarity. Now see, uncertainty and clarity are two different things. Uncertainty is the way you are, but you can have clarity about your path through uncertainty, right? You're uncertain about how tomorrow is going to shape up, but you have clarity that you want to be a marriage counselor. Right? That's the clarity moving through uncertainty. So when you reach out and you feel that pain, you can say, yes, I am uncertain, but I have clarity about, I love my husband, and I'm excited about my career, even though it scares the crap out of me.
I am.
That's plenty. Yeah. That's plenty. Don't try to go for more. If you got 2 good ones, that's plenty. You're human. That's hard enough. I'm uncertain, yes. That's that acknowledging the truth thing that we talked about with you. Sorry. You reach into it. I'm uncertain. I'm accepting the fact that I'm uncertain. I'm aware of the fact that I'm uncertain. I'm not hiding from the fact I'm uncertain, but I have clarity. Right? Veronica came here. She had no idea how many of you lovely people were going to show up, but she had the clarity that she was going to show up. You see how that works? So important. Next time you're not sure what's going on in your life, use that tool because it will help you. Okay?
A lot to smooth through.
Yeah. 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 You look shinier.
Yeah.
And you stop crying.
Yeah.
Usually that's what happens. They start crying and they leave laughing. That's sort of our MO. Thyroid. And you have sleep issues.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes sleep can be, we think for you, a lot of times sleep is this, you have the survival instinct can kick up because sleep is so much like death.
Yeah.
And you have to be out of control to sleep. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah. And a lot of you are very sensitive beings, and you may be having lots of sort of powerful experiences in your sleep state, and they can feel scary, just like starting a new career. Yeah. So it can be like, I don't want to go to sleep because if I go to sleep, I go to that place where I'm more powerful, or I'm more wise, or I'm more aware, or more is asked of me than I maybe feel able to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, when you're having sleep things, and for you, we really think what you're doing is you're having what you might call extrasensory experiences when you sleep. So you're connecting with your soul, you're connecting with alternate expressions of yourself, which is our word for past lives. You're connecting with out-of-body sort of things, let's call it. And that accepting or being involved in the out-of-body experience and then coming back into this world is really, really hard for you. Mm-hmm. It's a jolt. It's too much. Mm-hmm. You're too sensitive for that. So one of the things that people forget, and you have forgotten. You okay there?
Yeah.
Just the energy's moving through.
I have a lot of core constriction. It's kind of opening a little. It feels
you're
nice.
okay. You just we're just checking.
I'm used to a lot of shaking.
Good. Okay. A lot of times what happens is a very, very important thing gets forgotten. And that is, yes, you are an infinite, immortal soul having a physical experience called human. In density and duality. You are not, your soul is not smarter than you about running the body. Your soul is not smarter than you about running the body. If your soul could come and be on earth all by itself without the personality, body, self that you're experiencing, it would. It can't. It needs you to, let's call, step down the energy. So when you start to reconnect with your soul like you are in your sleep state, or if you're having extrasensory experiences, a lot of times people fall for the idea of whatever the soul dishes out, I have to take because I'm finally connected with my soul, right? Or I'm finally experiencing something other than human life. And the soul says, here's a whole bunch of information, and you end up overwhelmed. Or you shut down because you can't handle it or you're afraid of it. It is your responsibility as the owner of the body to say, I'm in charge. Yeah. And I know it's too much. Our favorite way of describing this is if you go to the rock concert and the guy at the rock concert has all the dials turned all the way up and the rock concert's so loud that you can't enjoy it, well, then what was the point of that? You have a control of the knobs. You turn them down to a level you can enjoy, and then you actually get to have an enjoyable growth experience about listening to the rock concert or whatever kind of concert you prefer. You have all the dials turned up when you connect with extrasensory stuff. And you may have been sold on the idea that, oh, finally I connect with extrasensory stuff, I have to do so. And a lot of people who have healing gifts or psychic gifts, we see they blow out, they burn out because they get this mistaken. You're in charge of telling the body or you're in charge of telling the soul, guides, angels, whatever you like to call them, you're in charge of saying that's too much. The temptation is to go into lack and feel like if you say that's too much, you're going to miss out.
Well, I have a worry that I feel that I've blown myself out. I've done so much healing and transformation and awakening in this lifetime. I really have come a long way, and I feel like my sleep stuff has to do with just how much I've been through, and I'm kind of hoping that I can reset. And
so we're going to tell you how to do that.
Okay.
Would you like that?
I would.
And it's going to work for all of you. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. Just imagine you have a dial inside of you, like a knob. You know, like the dimmer switch on your lights at your house, if you have fancy dimmer switches, and if you don't, you know what we're talking about, right? Any kind of knob, volume, lights, life. You imagine you have it inside you. And most of the time we see it sort of behind your sternum, but it can be any place in you, and it can be multiple places. Right? And just when you feel overwhelmed or you feel burnt out, ask yourself, where's my knob? On 1 to 10. And 8.5 or 9 at least for you.
Yeah.
Maybe 9.25. It's up there.
It's usually my whole life. I know.
It's up there.
So
then, and this really works. Veronica's done this one for years. It actually really works. It's so simple. You just turn the knob down with your mind's eye.
Okay.
Now, we will tell you right now, you turn that knob down to like 4 or 3, you'll start to experience such a different way of feeling the world, you will go into lack. You will go into, I've lost something important that I've had for 25 years. You will. Trust us. You will. And then that's the moment when you have to say, oh yeah, Elohim said that was going to happen. And it's not true because I know I can turn it back up. And if I go and don't pay a lot of attention, it'll turn back up on its own because it's used to being at 9.75 for you. So you just turn it back down. You just turn it back down. So, you're in a crowd and you're overwhelmed. See where your knob is. Just with your inner eye, where's my knob? And if knob doesn't work for you, imagine it as a bar of color or a strong smell. Use these tools in the way that they work for you. But the knob one seems to be really easy for people. You just imagine where the knob is. So right now we're going to imagine your knob. How is it?
Felt pretty up there.
Yeah.
And then I kind of felt it like here.
Yeah. Sternum.
And kind of over by my heart too.
Yeah.
And it came to me a 3.
Yeah.
Just bring it down.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And you're not shaking anymore. Now, when you're at a 3, what happens? What changes? We know you get more relaxed, not those parts. The parts that scare you. What changes in a way that scares you? Or makes you nervous?
What? I didn't get the question.
When it turns to 3, what changes inside you?
Everything felt more quiet.
Yeah.
And
what did your brain try to do?
Yeah, try it. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's this question I want to ask about money. I can't forget about asking about that.
So she goes from a 9 3/4 to a 3 for the first time in 48 years. And what does she say? Oh, yeah, don't forget to ask the money question. So the knob can go, whoop.
How do you know my age? I'm 47, but that's pretty good.
We know things.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Use your knob. Use your knob. It's the use the knob tool. And you know what happens when you get more accustomed to using the knob tool and you start to feel the 3 place and you don't let your mind take over and instead just breathe into 3 for a freaking minute or 2?
Yeah.
Then answers to things like money and job and career and all those lingering things, there's actually some space in you for new information from your soul, new information, new insights, new ahas, because you're not constantly going wonga, 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 wonga. This is your version of what we call the hamster wheel mind.
Yeah.
That's your version, is I'll just be freaked out all the time. This is what I'm going to do. Not just because you're shaking, but we're just kind of exaggerating. Your inner world is like, whoa. We say, turn it down to 3, and you're like, whoa. Oh, but I better think. Because there's the empty space, and you will fill the empty space with something. We'll tell you right now, we've never seen anyone not do it. You'll fill the empty space with something, and when you do, just remember this moment, this setting, right? All these bright colors. Just remember, oh, that's right. I'm filling the empty space, and I don't have to. I won't. Take a breath. Ask yourself what is true now. See a tree. See the sky. See your feet. Feel your heart. Breathe. So that the empty space doesn't get filled with talking. It doesn't get filled with memories. It doesn't get filled with the future. And you don't try to fill it with like the meditation nothing place. We go more for the truth place. If meditation works for you, do it. But make sure you're not doing it ritualistically, right? It's not an escape. It's to get to 3 when you're at the grocery store. That's what meditation is supposed to help you with, is so that you can be a 3 when you're in the grocery store. Not so you can just hide from the world for an hour and a half every Tuesday. Look at her. See? See how this works? Off you go.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Okay, you'll be next, though, because you jumped up, so definitely you're next. How are we doing on our time, Ms. Mary?
It has been 58 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
Well, no, because you haven't started early, so I've got
Well, what time does the clock say?
almost 8, so maybe 45 minutes.
Beautiful. Hi.
Hi.
Have we seen you before?
No, never.
Really? You look very familiar to us. You look familiar to somebody. Is that comfortable? Can't be.
It is.
Yeah. Sitting on the cord. So we just have to do a little recharge here. And what is your name?
Mary.
Mm-hmm. No surprise. Almost every person Veronica meets is named Mary, it seems. So one more Mary. Mm-hmm.
So I have so much to ask. I don't know if I should deal with the physical or the emotional.
We'd vote for emotional.
All right, then.
This pillow keeps catching us. We don't like it. It's pulling. Yeah. Oh, that's much better. You all right? Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So what's the story? The shortest way you've ever told this story. You're going to tell it right now.
Good.
Like 8 words.
I am dealing with a loss.
I am dealing with a loss. You've got 2 more.
2 more words?
It hurts.
I'm tired of ambivalence.
Tired of ambivalence. Ooh, we got more chocolate for this one. Ambivalence about loss?
No, about being attracted to ambivalent people.
Juicy. Yeah. We love them when they're ripe. When the people are ripe, it's so much fun because major change can happen. Are you ready for major change?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Be really careful when you say absolutely. You don't do that.
Absolutely.
Better. Your body will tell us things.
Can I say abso-fucking-lutely?
Yeah, that's good. We like abso-fucking-lutely. Got it? All right. We've chocolated up. Is this ambivalent person, the most recent one, a male or a female?
Male.
Could have bet on that one. You will not be able to walk into your world with that unrelaxed foot.
The right one.
Yeah. Yeah. See? Toes. You have them. Give them another wiggle. You know, this kind of wiggle. Yes. You and those right toes are can you see how curved they are in? And these ones aren't?
Oh, yeah, I thought they were the same, but
They're
they
not.
do look a little more curved.
Yeah, and that's an indication. It's the same thing we told you about that reaching out thing. Mm-hmm. It's, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. So you are going to do what Mindy does with her knee, and you're going to get yourself a hold of those toes. Don't hurt them or anything, right? Don't bend them. But just when you're sitting watching TV or a show or whatever you do, just hold on to them and just say, I am ready to walk in the world in a new way. I am ready to walk in the world. Oh, see how emotional that makes you? Woo! Woo! Yeah. Let it out. It's okay.
I'm burping.
We felt it. So it had to come out somehow. Say it. I am
hurting.
And I'm ready to walk in the world in a new way.
And I'm ready to walk in the world in a new way.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm very tired.
Yeah. You are.
Of this pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sing a new song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, in order to sing a new song, you have to have new words.
Mm-hmm. New story.
You've got to be really careful that the song isn't just to a different tune, but it's actually a different song. Mm-hmm. You know, it's got to come from the words. It's got to come from the knowingness of yourself. You know, you interact with ambivalent people, men, right? You interact with ambivalent men. So, what's a non-ambivalent man look like? Give us 2 things a non-ambivalent man would do.
Well, he's ready, willing, and able. That's 3.
To what?
To love and be loved.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Ambivalent, how long was he around?
Almost 3 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Did he start out ambivalent?
Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't appear to be.
Yeah. And then at some point, how long did you stick around after you figured out he was going to be a Mr. Ambivalent?
Oh, probably 1.5 years.
Yeah, so halfway through.
Yeah.
Halfway through, you got the heads up. Something's coming down.
Yeah. The daughter was a big part of it.
Yeah. You had a child together?
No, he has an adult daughter that he lives with.
Mm-hmm.
And without going into the story, it's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And it's why we broke up.
Ooh. Yuck.
Yeah, she pulled the "You'll never see your grandchildren if you marry her" card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So was his ambivalence actually action toward her, action on her ultimatum, rather than ambivalence about you?
Well, he caved in and he broke up with me because he felt he had to give her what she wanted, which was me not in the picture.
Yeah.
She doesn't like me. So
he put the desire to be with his child and his grandchildren?
Just one child.
She
doesn't have grandchildren yet.
Oh, so she was threatening the non-born grandchildren.
Exactly.
Whoa. Now that is pulling the cards from the bottom of the deck.
But he doesn't want to believe it's manipulative.
Yes, well, we can't change that.
Right. But the other part of it is that he's never, well, not never, he was at first, he's not committed to me. Although he adores me and loves me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's just sit.
The mixed messages are.
Yeah. We're going to sit with the first part you said. He's not committed to me.
Right.
Now, it's very easy in that moment to say, he's not committed to me, I'm a victim of his decision. Yeah.
I don't think I looked at it that way. I looked at it more like, I'll be patient.
But now, today.
Today, I've had it. I'm out of there.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Color me gone.
Unless
he has some major epiphany, which I don't see happening.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah. Because he's not committed to you. Yes, breathe into that. Just there's we're after something here. We're not just beating up on you. We're after something here, okay? Because he's not committed to you.
Right. That's why he can use the daughter card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's not about the daughter.
Well, it is a big part of it. But if the commitment was there, then the daughter wouldn't be a factor. He would stand up to the daughter.
Because he's not committed to you. Breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe when we say that. So we're watching your energy field. You have to remember, we'll say random shit. We'll do random shit, guaranteed. But we're always doing it because we're watching your energy field. We're not doing it just to be mean. When you said he's not committed to me, your energy field did something it hasn't done with all the other words you said. So we have to keep on that place.
Okay.
That's why we keep bringing you back to it.
What did it do?
Well, it just flashed, let's call it.
Okay.
It flashed.
Okay.
You were saying a series of things, and when you said, he's not committed to me, it's sort of like you went, like when you strike a match, it would, and then all the other things you said haven't had anything happen. So we keep coming back to that because we want to see what that is.
Okay.
Because it's interesting, and that's the root of it. Mm-hmm. So just say it one more time.
He's not committed to me.
Now, how does that make you feel about you?
There's a lot of heaviness in my heart and like a sinking feeling. Mm-hmm. I feel fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I feel lonely.
Lonely. But how does it make you feel about yourself? I suck. I'm powerful. I'm weak. I'm lonely. I'm vulnerable. I'm never going to have another lover. What does it do to you about you? Not as much how you feel, but how you feel about you. Need help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel I'm worthy. That's the opposite side. Is this relationship taught me I am worthy of love. Mm-hmm. I totally feel that.
Mm-hmm. But maybe, just maybe, this was my last chance. Is there any of that? We're feeling a little bit of that sense of where will I find it again? Where, like you said when you came up here, I'm ready to have a non-ambivalent partner, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so there's a sense in you, and we're going to just say it out loud. And this is not a diss of the men that are present, but there's a lot of this energy in West County. Are there like not very many men? And you guys pass around the ones that are available so you know all their stories or something?
He's not from West County.
Yeah, but we're just saying, a lot of you, and we don't like making generalizations, but when we see something, like you guys tend to cry when you sit down. The Wednesday night people don't do that. You guys do it. It's your thing. It's okay. We like it. The women that come to us have this similar thing of a sense of, I can't find the men I meet aren't men that will commit. And then when I meet a man that won't commit and spend time with him, then what happens is he doesn't commit to me. And then I think, well, what man is going to commit to me? And half the women in the room have told us stories, or maybe not half, but it feels like it, of men that don't commit to them. And we want to import some men into your county. Like, get some rentals open, and maybe we'll push some men. You need some, we don't know. We got to call forth committable men to you guys.
But maybe it sounds contradictory, but I don't feel that that's my challenge.
Yeah.
I feel that there are men out there who can commit. I absolutely feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
okay.
it's not that. I'm just really sad. I don't want to keep repeating the pattern.
Yeah. He didn't put you first, right?
Correct.
He didn't put you first.
Well, I don't expect to be first. It's his daughter, after all.
Yeah.
But I don't expect to be discarded like so much garbage either.
What's the best possible thing we could say to you right now? What is it that you're looking for? What's the most comforting thing you could hear us say?
Oh.
Because you already know you're great. You already know there's men out there. You already know you're lovable.
Worthy.
You're worthy.
Well, a big part of it is not feeling capable. I'm still trying to work on that one, and that I feel I can do it.
Do what specifically?
Have a healthy, successful relationship that I can make the grade.
Because you didn't make the grade with him.
No, actually I did. I was great.
So that's not it.
I was like A+ girlfriend.
Yeah. So that's not it.
Yeah,
that's not the thing you want.
Well,
What
I
is
didn't really get a chance to try that out because we never lived together or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by, can I do that? Because I've never been married, so the waters have never been tested. So that's what I mean.
So the anxiety isn't that you can't find a man that to have a relationship. It's am I going to be able to be in a committed relationship with someone who will put me toward the top of the list and commit to me? Will I be able to show up in a way that makes that continue?
Kind of, yeah. Will I be able to make it happen and it'll be harmonious and all of that?
Yeah. Well, the answer, of course, is no. But not no to the question you're asking. Just no to the words you're using.
I'm
the song
confused.
you're singing. Yeah, of course you are. Can I make it happen? No. You can't make anything happen.
Right.
So that's the words we're talking about. That I have to make it happen. Mm-hmm. That make it thing exhausts you, makes you tired. And then when we say, how do you feel about yourself? You can say, I feel like I didn't make it happen, which is a way of saying, I feel like I failed, or I feel like I blew it, or I feel like somehow I could have done something else, maybe to make him commit to me instead of making his daughter's choices be more important.
No, I don't. Maybe it was bad luck. I feel like I'm not being clear.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay. I never got a chance to prove the whole capability thing because we didn't live together. So the only reason the capability thing comes up is because I don't have a success or a failure to measure it by.
Yeah.
Right? So that's that. But
you don't have a success or a failure to measure.
Well, in other words, I've never been in a successful relationship where I can say, hey, I did that. I can do that. Mm-hmm.
Just because you didn't live together doesn't mean... We're just wanting to tweak this a little.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't live together doesn't mean that you didn't have the opportunity to know yourself in relationship. Because you said, I learned to love myself.
Yeah. Well, I love how I showed up.
Yeah. So that's success.
I love how I showed up. I love how he showed up in many ways. Mm-hmm. It's the best relationship I ever had.
Well, then we're moving in the right direction.
So that's
right?
the song I want to sing. But right now I'm not there yet because it's just happened 2 days ago. It's really fresh. And I'm sad. And I'm hurt. And I'm angry. And I don't like telling my laundry to this whole freaking room. And
But the truth of the matter is this. Every single person in this room can really relate to what you're doing. So you're actually, through your process, helping others. And those are relationships that are valid too. Whether you never see another person in this room again, These are successful relationships you're having right now. They may not be sleeping with them in the bed every night. They may not be buying groceries together, but you're having a successful relationship with everyone in this room. Is she? Yes.
Okay, well, if we measure it that way, then I have a ton of successful relationships.
Okay.
And I'm talking about an intimate relationship with one partner.
A sexual relationship.
Thank you.
That you live together.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now we know what we're talking about.
Okay.
See, what you want to be careful, this is that whole home run base hit thing. Because when you sat down, the story was more, let's just make a shortcut, this relationship failed, or I didn't get to have the relationship I wanted.
Yeah, ambivalent men.
Ambivalent men. But now we're at a point where the true story, or at least another layer of the story, is becoming aware of the relationships I have and honoring them for what they have given me and taught me and showed me and allowed me. And you've told us now that you had this opportunity. You didn't get to live with them, but you got to learn to love yourself. You loved how you showed up. You felt like you were an A+ girlfriend. You didn't maybe have the overall outcome you were seeking, but you have built a skill set that feeds into the next relationship you'll have, which you say you don't feel a lack about. You feel like there are men that are available. Mm-hmm. You just want to choose one that's ready to not be ambivalent.
Right. I want to have good discerning qualities. I want to know how to choose a man and not be blinded by what appears to be a man that's ready, willing, and able. Well, or maybe I'm turning them into that.
No. What we would say to you is this, is you have to be really careful that when you interact with a potential love interest, that you don't start with 3 years from now we should be living together, or 3 years from now we should be XYZ. It's moment by moment, step by step.
Oh, you mean I'm putting too much expectation on it?
Well, you're putting the cart before the horse. Because what you want to do is meet someone, maybe not tomorrow, but soon enough, when you meet someone and you go out on a date, you don't want to be, are you an ambivalent character? Are you someone who will live with me? Are you someone who's going to put somebody else before me? All those things that's happened to you. Yeah. That's the same song. That's the story. Mm-hmm. What you want to do is back into the moment. Am I enjoying his company? Because all these skills that you have that right now feel very tumultuous, they're actually bricks that you've laid down on your foundation for the kind of committed relationship you want. And why we kept saying to you is he's not committed to you, is because that truth informs the fact of that relationship. It tells you the container that you learned in. I learned in a relationship where he wasn't committed to me the way I was ready to commit to him. See, that sentence has to be finished. It can't be he wasn't committed to me, because that is, actually, he was committed to you in a lot of ways, as you explained.
He was, yes.
He just wasn't committed to you in the way that you were ready to be committed to him.
Okay, true.
You wanted to live together, probably, since you've brought it up. Right? I was ready to be committed to him on a level he wasn't prepared to be committed to me.
Well, his daughter, he couldn't live with me because his daughter was in the picture. She didn't want to live with me like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he made the choices that he made. Mm-hmm. He made those choices. And then you just set with, he made those choices. He wasn't ready to be committed to me in the way I was ready to be committed to him. Right. I'm ready to find a man who's ready to be committed to me in the way I'm ready to be committed to him. Mm-hmm. The way you find that is step by step in a relationship. Not jumping forward, not projecting, not being an outcome, but step by step. Because that commitment comes as you build awareness of each other's truths, as you build awareness of each other's needs, desires, hopes, and dreams. Yeah, and that is the bricks. You got a lot of bricks out of this relationship. Yeah. You put them down. You have a nice foundation. There's an empty space in the middle of your house that you want to fill with a partner, and you living together, having a committed relationship. Okay, but you have a good, strong foundation of truthful interaction with a man that was loving. It just wasn't everything you wanted, but we're just wanting you to get to the point, and it's fresh, so this is hard, but get to the point where you remember you built foundation out of this, instead of just, well, his
another
daughter,
failure,
well, I'm another failure, well, will I ever get the chance? I was a good girlfriend, but focus on the foundation that you built. Keep an eye on what it is you're interested in, and recognize that the thing you really want is built over consistent connection with one another, not some sort of like, tick to your nose, and he pops in.
Yeah, but now you're making me feel that I was too zealous if if that's the right
no,
word.
if you're with a man for 3 years, you're not too zealous to want to have no.
Exactly. So that's why I think I was pretty patient.
You are correct to want the relationship to move in the direction you want it, or
for it to deepen or go away.
Or go away, and it went away.
Right.
It was a choice, and that's the choice that was taken. And it's painful, and we're not discounting your pain because it's real. What we're saying is it's also a fact. You know what we're going to say? He wasn't able to commit to you the way you wanted to commit to him.
That's the truth.
And that's just the truth. And the daughter is part of it, yes. But to focus on the daughter part, it doesn't help.
Right.
It doesn't make you heal. It doesn't remind you of your bricks.
It's kind of an incidental, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Right? He also has whatever color hair he has, right? Yes. He has a daughter that's involved. He has a house that's involved. He has a whatever that's involved. But if we shake all that shit out and we just look at the bricks are, he couldn't commit to me the way I wanted to commit to him. Right. Not he couldn't commit to me the way I wanted him to, because that's trying to control another.
Right.
It's he couldn't commit to me the way I wanted to commit to him.
Okay.
I wanted to commit to him.
I'll buy that. I can accept that. And the question as I sat down is, I don't want it to happen again.
Yeah, of course
tired.
you don't.
I'm tired.
One of the ways that you focus on that is you focus on the bricks you've built. And when you connect with another man, whether it's at the grocery store or on a date, how you connect with him is in the moment, in your truth, aware of what you want, and then you observe his actions.
And maybe leave sooner.
If the actions aren't moving in the direction you want. Now, you also have to be careful. Again, you don't swing for the fences here. You let it evolve. Because you don't want, what you're probably hoping now is that you can jump into a relationship that's where you left off with this guy. Because you don't want to, that whole beginning time can be exciting and fun, but still, like, I want to know what he likes to eat so I don't have to, like, wonder all the time and things like that. So be careful you don't try to jump into a 3 years down the road relationship and you let whoever it is you come into contact with next show you his truths day by day, step by step, date by date. Let him show you. Let him show you. Let him show you. Let him show you. Well, wait and see is sort of like an outcomey thing. We would say be and receive. Be in the moment, receive what's true. Be here.
So don't go off futurizing.
Oh yes, outcome is one of our least favorite words.
Yes.
Because really, there's nothing to be gained with being an outcome. The only thing what we really like is the moment, and giving you ways to stay in the moment. And one of the ways that you need help staying in the moment was to get the daughter and the house and the I failed and the I didn't get a chance and I was an A+ girlfriend stories. Those songs have been sung, and they're going to try to get sung some more, and they might because it's only been 2 days. But the song you really want to sing is I built bricks. I know why the relationship didn't work out in the way I wanted to, the whole commit thing, we won't say it again. And I know what I want going forward. And every time you find yourself being ambivalent about anything, be aware that ambivalence is part of life too. And so as a person that you meet has ambivalence in their nature, it doesn't mean they're a bad guy. It just means that they don't know anything other than uncertainty, which is what's true for all of you. And everybody's working out a new relationship to uncertainty, including you. So look where you're ambivalent about things and catch yourself, because you're sensitive to it. It's got to be alive in you. For it to be in your external world, it's alive in your internal world, guaranteed. So this is something that maybe not focused on this relationship you were ambivalent, but there is ambivalence in other parts of your life. And when you find it, be gentle with yourself and you say, oh, that's what it looks like when you run up against uncertainty. You can act ambivalent because you don't know. And then you seek clarity. And small clarities. Small. I have a left foot, it's touching the ground. Clarity. Small clarities. You really need that. Small clarities. Step by step, truth by truth, small clarity by small clarity. Added up makes an astounding life. When you swing for the fences every single time, you're going to strike out a lot. When you just go for a nice base hit, you got a better chance at it. Maybe not always in baseball, but certainly in energetic work. We can guarantee you that. There's not a lot of certainties that we'll guarantee, but we've seen this one work with every single person. The smaller the step, the easier it is to deal with the truth of uncertainty and to have clarity come in. Because you make that space in you. You make that space in you for new insight to come when you're not doing this all the time. Yeah? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you did that toes thing, right? Don't forget. All right. Since that was at the beginning. All right, your turn. And we think that might be all we can do, huh, Mary? How's our time kicking along?
8:23.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Last one. Look at you. Thank you for letting us come to your beautiful place.
Thank you for being here.
It's nice. All right. What's on your mind tonight?
I feel for a while now that I'm really stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought of myself as a pretty powerful manifester. I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Playing around with like, oh, I want to create that. And I took on a really big thing here. And I've had failures and losses in the last period where I don't see how I can get through, which is not something new for me. But it's feeling different this time, and I feel like I've lost my self-confidence. That I've never felt this before. Mm-hmm. I don't trust myself. I don't feel like I can do it.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking for me to feel that.
Yeah.
And I don't quite know how to make the shift. You know, it's like I know enough about lots of things, and I know I want to shift my thinking, but I'm stuck.
Yeah. We can feel how much pain that generates in you to feel stuck like that. I'm just going to breathe with you a second or two, because that truth is not a truth to be rushed by. You know, I feel stuck. It's like when we were doing, you know, he won't commit to me. And that's the point. And it's hard because what you tend to do is, I feel stuck, and then I still feel stuck, so I should. I feel stuck, I better try this. I feel stuck. And there's like this connection to I feel stuck of some other hamster wheelie mind try to solve it thing that you want to do. So just breathe a little bit here. I feel stuck. Just say it.
I feel stuck.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I feel stuck. Usually,
Careful. No.
Okay,
no.
I feel stuck.
See how the story wants to come? The story wants to come. The answers that you've tried already, the thoughts you've already thought, the maybe this will work, what abouts. We're just in I feel stuck. We're starting at the beginning. Got to start with truth. Let's breathe. On the exhale. I feel stuck.
I feel stuck.
Mm-hmm. You're coming into peace a little bit more about it. What's your brain doing? Just let I feel stuck.
I feel hopeless.
Yes, you do. One more. What else? I feel like there are no answers.
I feel untethered.
Yeah. Untethered. Mm-hmm. One more.
I feel separate from my spirituality.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Because you're stuck, your spirituality.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I just feel and understand that I feel a disconnect. I feel loss of support is what comes up.
Yeah. Loss of support from your spiritual life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Did something happen that caused that? We know that you're in a situation, but what we're asking is, did something specifically occur that afterward you felt this spiritual adriftness? We're not talking financial and all that anymore. We're down to it.
I think the main thing is that I had an investor that was going to see me through this, and he unexpectedly left with no warning, and it's left me not knowing how to get regrounded.
Yeah.
And
ooh, boy. Okay. We're interrupting you because we saw what we need. you and this other person share an alternate expression together. That's a word we like to use instead of past lives, because past lives has too much other energy on it. You have an alternate expression. Another version of you and this person are connected in another incarnation, in another way of expressing your physical form, in another way of your soul's expressing. And in that incarnation, you have a similar dynamic playing out. And it's exacerbating what's going on right now. You're feeling it for two, basically. You're feeling it for two. And what's happening is that one started sooner than this one, in the sense of your timeline. Let's say, this is where time just screws you guys up. But let's do it this way. How long has it been since this person dropped out of the picture?
May.
Okay, so that's what, 4 months, 5 months, something like that. So imagine if please just go with us on this. Say last September, a year ago, in this alternate expression, there was a disconnect in that relationship. So from last September until this May, you've been feeling hinky with this guy. And then, so when he left, you say it's out of the blue unexpectedly, but underneath you, it felt hinky. Underneath, because you were feeling through this bleed through from this other alternate expression, and that other alternate expression was saying, you can't trust him, you can't trust him, you can't trust him. And you're looking around going, why don't I feel like and then when he left, what happened, and the reason we feel like you had this blow, is you went, I knew it. On some level, gut level, whatever you want to call it, spiritual level, we don't know if you can see this, but we can see it clear as day. There was a part of you that expected it to fall through. And when it did, you kicked yourself in the ass for counting on another person. You kicked yourself in the ass. And then it was like, my gut level said I can't trust this guy, and then I can't trust him. But why didn't my gut level give me a better answer than just you can't trust him or he's going to let you down? And that's where you're having your spiritual crisis, is because that inner part of you that has this wisdom, that had this sense something wasn't going right, you're like, that's not the message I want from my inner life. That's not the spiritual message I want. I want to hear the good manifestations. I want to hear potentials and possibilities and excitement and new and self-confidence and creation. And you're telling me, wait, nervous. Now, we're not telling you this so that you can be mean to yourself and say, I suck because I didn't pay attention. What we're telling you is that you're feeling the pain of two incarnations simultaneously. And as you advance on your spiritual journey, this happens. It just does. And you start to feel them. We have lots of stories about them. It's very powerful. What do? You're the personality in charge because you're the conscious one. You never count on your alternate expressions being conscious. Because most of the time, all they do is grow food and fight other people. They don't have chances to be spiritually active unless they go to church and be afraid, So you're always the one in charge. And right now it's very hard for you because you're like, okay, great, I'm in charge, and what I got? Another alternate expression to say, yeah, I feel screwed too. And that's a really tough place to be in, because your confidence has slipped to the point where you feel as though not only did you depend on this person and he let you down, and you have it exacerbated by this other expression of you feeling the same way. What's the other solution? What's the other alternative? What's the other option? What else can I do? Just take a deep breath. I feel stuck.
I feel stuck. I feel at an impasse.
Cut the strings between you and this other person. Energetically, the why string, the energetic string, the but he said, but he promised, but it could have been, but it should have been, but it would have been. First, we need to cut the string between the two of you, energetically. Because there's still energy from you going toward him, and it's a little bit like knocking on his door. Mm-hmm. It's like calling the guy that's told you he's breaking up with you. Right? You're calling, checking your email, hoping he texted.
I've done that a few times. I don't understand why you're not responding to me.
Cut the cord. Because even if by some strange, miraculous turnaround he comes back into the picture, unlikely, but maybe, you want to have him come back on a completely different level with you, because now you've seen this, now you've had this version of the relationship, right? This will make a little box. That version of the relationship where he committed to you and then bailed out on you, right? That one, You don't ever want to go back there. If for some reason he comes back in, it's a new relationship and you can start on a new level with it. But this old one, we're agreed, you want to get rid of. Right? You still have hopes and desires and dreams that are attached to that, but those hopes and desires and dreams are like somebody's got a needle in your arm attached to a tube and your blood's just pouring out. It's literally, we can see it pulling your energy out of your body. And it's not even going toward him because he's on his own thing now. It's just getting spilled on the ground. This is the pearls before swine thing. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Don't give your beautiful energy away to situations and dynamics that can't commit to you. See how you helped her? See how this works? That's the relationship. Okay? We don't feel you quite ready to agree with us. That relationship, how it stood, is ready to be snipped.
I totally agree with that.
You do?
No, I'm... it's more that I know that feels totally right on.
Yeah.
It's more that where I feel the most fear that loss of confidence.
Yeah.
Is about this place of I need another investor.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, how the fuck am I going to manifest somebody, a solution with me understanding consciously where I am.
Exactly.
I don't.
Cart before the horse. Hang on. We hear you. We totally hear you. Cart before the horse. Because before you can bring in someone to be up here with you, we have to cut this bullshit down here so that you can stop bleeding financially, emotionally, energetically, mentally, physically. We got to stop the blood loss before you can say, all right, fine, now I can stand here feeling sad, depressed, lonely, fearful, stuck, but complete in myself. That's why you've lost your confidence. It's bled out of you. Everything, all your mojo is gone because it's still being poured into this relationship with your previous investor. He's off on his own thing, and you haven't taken those big scissors like when they open a store and cut that tie to him. Because you don't have another person to tie on to. It's too hard to cut this one. Even though it sucks, you don't want to cut it. This is why you don't break up soon enough. This is why you don't set boundaries soon enough. Because you're afraid to cut what you have, even if it's horrible, because you don't have anything else. But what do you have? You have you. And you want you back. And you know who you are when you're not bleeding out into a relationship that's not returning any of your energy. You're getting a little color in your cheeks. It's starting to come back. You look different just sitting down. You're still tired, but you're looking different, so it's helping. So it's not so much, am I ready to cut ties with this person or not? Am I ready to cut ties with this person when I don't have anybody else to tie on to? And you have to, because the lesson in this, or at least one of the lessons, because there's many, one of the lessons is that you're cutting ties with that and then tying into yourself and getting that confidence back. And you could say, but I don't have any answers. I don't have any answers. Well, yeah, okay, you don't. Because there's something that's too loud right now for any answers to fit in, and that's this bleeding out thing you've got going on with this dude. There's no room for answers. It's like on your computer, if the hard drive's full, there's no room for any more programs, right? Her hard drive's full, and all it's doing is... right? So we got to fix that first. And then once that's fixed, you will feel different. Are you ready? Say it out loud. I'm ready.
I'm ready to cut the ties.
Yes. So, hands out. Imagine all the thoughts, the fears, anxieties, all of it. Just imagine it right here in front of us in this nice little pile. And you have this rope, whatever you like, ribbon, rope, string, cable. What's it look like?
Cable.
Yeah, we thought ribbon was a little, no. It's pretty big.
Steel cable.
Yeah, it's pretty, one of those wound ones. Yeah.
With plastic.
Yeah,
on the
it
outside.
Yeah, we thought so too. We've got to go over here and get our really big cutters. Okay, don't mind us. So first we're going to just cut away the plastic. And the plastic is the hopes and dreams, the bunnies and rainbows, we call it, right? The shiny bits. It'll be so neat, right? That comes off. It was pretty frayed anyway, sun damaged. It's been out in the cold light for too long. Take that part off. That's easy to take off. Then we see like 5 or 6 twined up, right? Maybe like there's one in the middle and 5 around it, right? Mm-hmm. So those 5 around it are the idea of, you know, you were supposed to give me money and you said I could count on you and we were going to do it and you know, whatever they are. We don't have to say them out loud. And so as we cut each one, you may feel fear. You may feel, but I don't, but I have to. And you just say, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I am ready. I am ready.
Yes, you are. Yes, keep going. Yes, yes, yes.
I am ready.
Okay, so now, you know, what we really have here is the main big one, right? That main core cable. And the main core cable is so connected to the alternate expression that you have to take back your power for both of you. The alternate expression thinks she is going to die without this man's support. You know? This is not 2012 in your alternate expression. It's something like 649. Not having a man around was a dangerous place for a woman to be in. She's afraid she's going to die. Her fear about dying cannot be your fear. Her fear about dying cannot be your fear. But she's noisy and loud and she's afraid and she's looking to you. She didn't know it. Energetically, your same soul, she's looking to you to say what? I am ready. I am ready for it to be my responsibility. I am ready for it to be all on me. I believe in me. Say it. I believe in me.
I believe in me.
Yes, you do. You remember what that feels like. You know what it feels like to believe in you. You know what it feels like to know your truth. You know what it feels like to be the one where the buck stops, right here. I make the decisions. It's about me. It's about my truth. It's about my dreams. I believe in me. And I'm not starving to death, and I'm not sleeping on the sidewalk, and I'm not being beat up by strangers passing by and spit on and shit on. Those things are not happening to me. I believe in me.
One little place I'm a little stuck.
Yeah?
Is that besides the help from him, I feel like I have been carrying all this by myself and I'm weary.
Well, that's a bigger story because the bigger story here is, should you be trying it still? Right? That's the bigger story. Mm-hmm. But you can't make that clear decision until you reclaim your truth in the matter, and that's why we're working on the level we're working on. Should I just walk away is a question you have to ask yourself. But while you're still bleeding out to this guy, you can't make that decision. Mm-hmm. And when you're still having your alternate expression say, you know, you're going to die if he walks away, those two voices are so loud in you that until those two voices are silenced, you cannot make a legitimate business decision. So we want you to imagine this cable and see it fraying. We really see it fraying. It's not completely cut yet because your mind is involved and we don't have a ton more time because Veronica's getting too tired to work on this. But you've done a lot of work on it. You loosened a lot of things. There's just that last cable and it has a lot to do with the fact is, am I going to die?
Mm-hmm.
When you make big changes, the am I going to die thing is really loud. Am I going to die? Is it going to kill me? Survival instinct is so big in you guys, and you have to create new relationships to it. And in this situation, especially with that alternate expression bleed through, all of a sudden you're a woman by yourself in the year 649. Just exactly how long do you think that's going to work out? Not nearly as long as it works out in 2012. We'll tell you that right now.
I understand that.
See how much more color she has in her face? It's because instead of her blood going down here, literally, their energetic blood going down there, it's come up into your face, and you have color again.
I've had this image of bleeding out.
Well, part of it is because we didn't just pick those words casually. That alternate expression is in a ditch, has been beat up badly, and is bleeding. Now, you can comfort her as she crosses, but not feel like her crossing means it happens to you too. And this is, advanced stuff, but you can handle it, and you deserve the truth. That's what we see. That's what we see. So you can imagine, you get yourself a pillow even if you like, or something, and you hold it, and you stroke her hair, and it's pretend, but it's not make-believe. And you acknowledge, yes, you did a brave thing.
I've done work in this way before, so I understand it.
Good. We're just happy your color came back. You were just such a weird color when you came up here, and now you've got some color in your cheeks, your eyes look brighter. There's not so much of your energy going out. And as you fill back up, you'll be able to make decisions based on your truth, not on, I wish it was some other way. I wish it was some other way is not a good place to make decisions from. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Just push that. It moves right out of the way. All right, everybody. Wow. Well, we've really enjoyed being with you tonight. It was a pleasure to share your energies and to hear your truths and to experience you, experiencing us, experiencing you and each other. And we'll come back. Gwen is the one who knows. She just tells us, come over here, and we go, okay. You're very brave, you all. You're at a very brave time of being incarnate. Sure, in 649, you had to, know how to milk a cow and plant a field and all those things. But now you have to confront your survival instinct. You have to confront habits and fears in a way that you've never had to do before. Before, you just let them take over, You were fearful all the time. It was normal. And for many of you, you've been fearful a lot in this incarnation. And then you stop being fearful all the time and you're like, right? That's where you are. You're at that point of, I'm afraid, but I'm not going to be afraid. Oh God, what else? What happens if I stop? Well, that's where we come in. We try to help you see that point where your truth wins even when your fear screams. That's our work. And we hope to work with you in this way again. All right? Good night, good night. You're very, very welcome.